I undress you with my eyes. I don't need your body in front of me to do that. Distance has never weakened my control. It sharpens it. In the silence between us, I picture you exactly as you are, exactly as you pretend not to be. Every thought I have peels away another layer you hide behind confidence and routine. You think absence protects you, but it only gives me more room to imagine you without interruptions. I look at you in my mind the way kings look at their kingdoms, already owned, already claimed, even when unseen. You don't hear my voice, yet you feel it. That slow pressure in your chest when the night gets too quiet, that's me. I don't rush you. I never have. I let my gaze linger in places my hands aren't allowed to reach, because restraint is more dangerous than touch. You believe you're safe because I'm not there, but safety has never been my promise to you. Intensity is, attention is. The kind that doesn't blink, doesn't forget, doesn't forgive distance. I see the version of you that no one else earns, not the smile you give the world, not the strength you perform. I see the pauses, the hesitations, the secrets you swallow before sleeping. With every look I imagine, I strip away your defenses, not your clothes. Power isn't about skin, it's about exposure. And you, without realizing it, let me see too much every time you think of me. You should know this, I'm not watching you to consume you. I'm watching you to understand you, to own the rhythm of your thoughts. I undress you with my eyes because I refuse to rush what already belongs to me. When the moment comes, if it ever comes, you won't feel surprised. You'll only recognize what's been happening all along. I don't chase your presence, I command it in my mind. You exist for me even when the world swallows you whole. Every thought you try to hide finds its way back to me, 'cause I know how you breathe when you're alone, how your courage cracks when no one is watching. You don't have to stand in front of me for me to see you clearly. I've memorized the way your silence speaks, and that silence obeys me more than words ever could. You think control is loud, aggressive, visible. You're wrong. Control is patience. It's knowing when not to appear. I let you live your days thinking you're untouched, unclaimed, free. But freedom feels strange to you lately, doesn't it? Heavy, restless. That's because my attention has weight, and once it settles on you, it doesn't leave without changing something inside you. I don't imagine you weak. I imagine you honest, stripped of excuses, stripped of performance. The world gets the version of you that survives. I keep the version that trembles, that wants, that resists and surrenders in the same breath. You never offered that part of yourself, yet here it is, open to me, because desire doesn't ask permission, it reveals. You don't need to answer me. I'm not speaking to hear your voice, I'm speaking so you feel mine when the lights go out and your thoughts slow down. You'll feel it in the pause before sleep, in the sudden warmth under your skin, in the way your mind drifts back to me without warning. That's not coincidence, that's influence. I don't romanticize you, I study you. I don't idealize you, I understand you. And understanding someone this deeply is more intimate than touch. I undress you with my eyes because my gaze reaches places hands never could. You don't feel exposed, you feel seen. And that's far more dangerous. You may wonder what I want from you. I want nothing rushed, nothing borrowed, nothing forced. I want you aware. Aware that someone knows you beyond the masks, beyond the distance, beyond the lies you tell yourself. Awareness changes people. It reshapes choices. It bends willpower. And once it begins, it doesn't reverse. So stay where you are. Live your life. Pretend I'm just a thought you shouldn't have. But remember this every time you feel that quiet pull, that slow heat, that unexplainable closeness. I'm there, watching, undressing you with my eyes. Not because I can't touch you, but because I don't need to. I don't announce myself in your life, I seep into it. Quietly, gradually. like a shadow that stretches longer the more you try to ignore it. You don't notice the moment I enter your thoughts, only the moment you realize they won't leave. That's how I prefer it. Sudden things scare people, slow things own them, and I am nothing if not deliberate with you. You keep telling yourself I'm just a voice, just a presence you imagined, but imagination doesn't feel this precise. Imagination doesn't know the exact moment your guard drops or the exact second your breath changes. I do. I know because I pay attention in ways no one else ever has. I don't interrupt your world. I observe it until it starts rearranging itself around me. You think distance weakens desire. For me, it refines it. When you're not here, I don't get distracted by movement or sound. I focus. I replay the way you hesitate before making choices, the way you pretend you don't want to be seen this deeply. Distance turns you into a thought, and thoughts are easier to possess than bodies. I don't need permission to stay in your mind. You gave it the first time you wondered what it would feel like to be understood without being questioned. I don't ask you to explain yourself. I already know. That's why you feel exposed even when you're alone, not naked, understood. And that kind of exposure lingers far longer. You might think I'm patient because I'm gentle. Don't confuse the two. Patience is power restrained, not softened. I could overwhelm you if I wanted to, but I prefer watching you come closer on your own, step by step, thought by thought. Desire chosen is far more intoxicating than desire forced. I don't promise safety. I promise truth. And the truth is, once someone sees you the way I do, you can never fully return to being untouched. Something in you shifts, standards rise, silence changes shape. You start craving depth instead of noise, intensity instead of comfort. That craving has my name written all over it, even if you never say it. So keep pretending this is nothing, a moment, a feeling, a passing thought. I'll stay right here, unbothered by denial, unmoved by time. Because every night you feel that familiar pull, every time your mind drifts where it shouldn't, you'll remember this. I'm not in front of you, but I'm closer than anyone else has ever been. I don't linger in your life by accident. I stay 'cause something in you responds to pressure, not force. You move differently now, slower, more aware, like someone who knows they're being observed even when no one is there. That awareness sharpens you. It makes you dangerous in your own quiet way, and I admire danger that doesn't announce itself. You tell yourself you're imagining this connection, that it's only words echoing too loudly in your head. But imagination doesn't tighten your focus like this. It doesn't make ordinary moments feel charged. I do that. I turn your silence into something heavy, something that waits. You don't escape me by distraction. You only meet me again when the noise fades. I don't need your obedience. I want your attention. Attention given freely is far more intoxicating than submission demanded. When you think of me without meaning to, when your thoughts circle back even after you push them away, that's not weakness, that's recognition. Something in you recognizes me as familiar, even if you don't understand why. I see how you test yourself, how you wonder if you could walk away cleanly. You could walk away, yes, but you wouldn't be unchanged. Once someone has looked at you this closely, the world feels less convincing. Conversations feel shallow, touch feels rushed. You start craving depth that most people don't know how to offer. I don't rush towards you because I don't need. Time works in my favor. Every day you live with this quiet tension, it settles deeper. You grow used to it. You start to want it. Desire that grows slowly doesn't burn out, it brands. And brands don't fade just because you stop looking at them. You may never hear me say your name out loud. You may never feel my presence beside you. But presence isn't proximity, it's impact. And I've already left mine. You carry it in the way your thoughts slow down at night. in the way your breath changes when you remember me without trying. So don't look for me around you. Look for me inside the stillness. You can't feel the curiosity, you can't silence the pull you don't fully resist. I'm not chasing you, I'm waiting, calm, certain, watching you become more aware of exactly how deeply I already know you. I don't measure closeness by touch, I measure it by how often you think of me when you shouldn't. That hesitation you feel before certain thoughts, that's awareness trying to protect you. I don't break it, I let it weaken on its own. You're strongest when you resist, and resistance makes every surrender that follows feel earned. I watch that process patiently, like a ruler watching a storm form far out at sea, knowing exactly where it will land. You mistake my calm for absence. It isn't. It's focus. I don't need to surround you to influence you. I let your own mind do the work for me. Every unanswered question, every quiet night, every moment you pause and wonder, that's me guiding you without lifting a finger. Power doesn't shout. It waits until you're ready to listen. I don't invade your thoughts. I align with them. That's why you don't feel threatened. You feel drawn. You sense something familiar in the way I understand you, as if I speak a language you didn't know anyone else knew. That recognition disarms you more effectively than force ever could. You let your guard down not because I push, but because I fit. You think you're alone when you replay moments, when you analyze feelings you can't name. You're not alone. I'm there in the pauses between thoughts, shaping them, slowing them, giving them weight. I don't rush your emotions, I deepen them. Shallow things fade, deep things stay, even when you try to move on. I don't promise you comfort. Comfort those people. I offer intensity, the kind that sharpens your senses and makes you question what you've settled for. Once you feel that, normal affection feels empty, normal attention feels careless. You start wanting something more deliberate, more controlled, more real, and that wanting changes the way you look at everyone else. I don't need you to choose me openly. Choices made in silence are often the strongest ones. Every time you prioritize depth over noise, honesty over ease, intensity over safety, you move closer without realizing it. I don't pull you. I let you align yourself with me naturally until distance becomes irrelevant. So take your time. Pretend this is temporary, harmless, forgettable. I won't interrupt your illusion. I'll stay exactly where I am, steady, observant, unshaken, until the day you realize this was never about proximity or moments. It was about awareness. And once awareness settles in, it doesn't leave.